Hello everybody, today we want to know how to draw the graph of y equal secant x and y equal cosecant x. I know the secant x is 1 over cosine x. So, my asymptote should be on where cosine is 0 because I have problem here. So I say easily cosine of x where is cosine of x is 0. So I know in the pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2 and so on, I have problem with cosine because cosine should be 0 on them. So easily I say x equal n pi over 2 and n is positive negative 1, positive negative 3 and positive negative 5 and so on. And I have in these points I have vertical asymptotes. Now I can draw my graph. And to draw the graph of secant and cosecant, for secant, it's better to draw only the graph of y equal cosine x. Easily I can draw the graph of cosine x. Okay, what is the graph of cosine x? If you remember and if you see the previous videos, you can understand how to draw the graph of the x easily. It started from, suppose that here is positive 1, here is negative 1. It is my amplitude of cosine of x, and the period is 2 pi over 1. It is 2 pi. Now I know the graph of cosine passes from pi over 2. It means on pi over 2 I have cosine 0, and after that on 3 pi over 2 again I have cosine 0, and here on pi I have the minimum point, and on 2 pi I will have again the maximum. So I draw this graph. Let's better graph and finished it here. Suppose that I want to draw it between 0 and 2 pi. It is the graph. Now I want to draw the graph of secant x. So I must at first draw the asymptote. I know on pi over 2, it is on pi over 2, I have the asymptote. Next asymptote is on 3 pi over 2. So I draw here the asymptote on x equal 3 pi over 2, and here x equal pi over 2. Only need to reverse this. Here, here, and for this start from, it is the graph of secant x in 0 and 2 pi. Now go to the cosecant x. I have y equal cosecant x. I know the cosecant x is 1 over sine x. I have the problem and my vertical asymptotes are on where sine equals 0. I know on x equal n pi I have problem here when n equal 0, positive negative 1, positive negative 2 and so on. On pi family and 0 I have problem in cosecant x. So it is my vertical asymptote. Now easily I want to draw the graph of y equals sine x. Let's draw the axis. I want to draw it between 0 and 2 pi. At first I should know the sine x how to draw. You can see the previous videos and check in my channel to draw the graph of sine x easily. I know the graph of sine x should start it from here and passes down and finished on 2 pi. This point is 2 pi. This is 3 pi over 2, means on 3 pi over 2 I have the minimum on sine, it is minus 1, pi, and pi over 2 here it is maximum point, and 0. It is the sine x. Now I want to draw the vertical asymptote. So what are my vertical asymptote? On x equals 0, it is the first vertical asymptote. On x equal pi, it is the next vertical asymptote. X equal pi, and the next asymptote is on 2 pi. The next asymptote is in 2 pi. Okay, now I can easily draw the graph of cosecant x. Here and here. Easily I drew the graph of cosecant x. Now I have another example. Suppose that y equal minus 8 cosecant x cosecant 4x plus pi plus 3. Okay, easily I should draw this graph. Y equal minus 8 sine 4x plus pi plus 3. And you know how to draw this graph. I know my amplitude is minus 8, so I have new amplitude. So new amplitude is minus 8 plus 3, it is minus 5, and minus 8 minus 3, it is minus 11. So I have this graph. I want to draw the graph. Let's check again the amplitude. My new amplitude is 8 plus 3 is minus 5, minus 8 plus 3 is minus 5, and we have 8 plus 3. Because my asymptote, in finding the amplitude, you must ignore this and say one time positive 8 plus 3, one time minus 8 plus 3, and it is minus 5 and positive 11. Now go to the next part. It is period. Period is in sine and cosine. I say 2 pi over 4. 2 pi over 4 is pi over 2. It is my period, and I know in sine and cosine I should make the bracket equal 0. So I say 4x plus pi equals 0. Then x is minus pi over 4. Okay, now I have on minus pi over 4, it is the shift on x-axis. If you remember, I have the shift, it is my start point. I start with this point and finish at minus pi over 2 minus pi over 4 plus period is pi over 2. It is pi over 4. So my graph started from minus pi over 4 and finish on pi over 4. Let's draw it. Okay, suppose that here is minus pi over 4 and here is pi over 4. Okay, if you check, I have a point here minus pi over 8. Why? Because we say minus pi over 4 plus 0 divided by 2, and here pi over 4 plus 0 divided by 2, it is pi over 8. On minus pi over 4 I have this point. On minus pi over 4 I have the first point. We can give point to make it better. Minus pi over 4, y is 3. On minus pi over 8, y is minus 5. On 0, it is 3. On pi over 8, it is 11. On pi over 4, it is 3 again. Okay, now find this point and draw it. Let's draw by yellow. Suppose that here is 3, here is 11, and here is minus 5. Minus pi over 4 and 3, minus pi over 8 and minus 5, 0 and 3, pi over 8 and 11, pi over 4 and 3. Now I can connect this. Let's draw better, because this is the minimum point. Again, it should pass from 3. And on 11 I have maximum. I have this graph. Now it is the turn of finding the asymptote. So in asymptote, because I have cosecant x, I have 1 over sine x. On sine equals 0 I have problem. So sine of this bracket should not be equal 0. Let's find it. If it is 0, what will happen? So sine of 4x minus plus pi equals 0. So one time I say sine of which angle is 0? It is, I know, 0, pi, 2 pi, and so on. So one time it is equal 0. Then x equal minus pi over 4. It is my first vertical asymptote. One time is 4x plus pi equal pi. Then x is equal 0. It is the next vertical asymptote. Another time is 4x plus pi equal 2 pi. I know x should be pi over 4. So my vertical asymptote are on minus pi over 4, 0, and pi over 4. Vertical asymptote only you need to draw when you want to draw the cosine and cosecant and secant x. X equal minus pi over 4. Now I want to draw the cosecant. Easily I draw like this. Let's draw better. It is the graph in this in this period, pi over 2. Now go to the next example. Y equal minus 8 secant 4x plus pi plus 3. Because secant is 1 over cosine, I should check where I have problem on cosine. These are my vertical asymptote. But at first I should draw the graph of y equal minus 8 cosine 4x plus pi plus 3. It's better to draw it at first. Okay, now go to the my new amplitude. Again I say ignore this. I say x 1 time plus 3, it is 11. 1 time minus 8 plus 3, it is minus 5. Now go to the period. I know the period is on sine and cosine 2 pi over 4. It is pi over 2. And I should find where for x plus 5 pi is equal 0. I know cosine of 4x plus pi equal 0. So I know where cosine is 0, so I can say 4x plus pi is equal pi over 2. On pi over 2 cosine is 0. Now I can find the first starting point. So on x equal minus pi over 8, I have this, and excuse me, here it give you the asymptote, vertical asymptote, give you the vertical asymptote here. Now on x equal minus pi over 8, another point is x equal pi over 8, x equal n pi over 8. These are my vertical asymptote. So n is positive negative 1, positive negative 3, and positive negative 5, and so on. These are my vertical asymptote. And I have a problem here because I want to draw the graph of cosine for x plus pi. So I say 4x plus pi is equal 0. So I should find the start point. My start point is x equal minus pi over 4. It is a start point. And finish, it is minus pi over 4 plus period plus pi over 2. So pi over 2 minus pi over 4 is pi over 4. So my start point is minus pi over 4 and finish on pi over 4. I can give some point here to understand how to draw it. So if I give minus pi over 4, y is minus 5. If I give minus pi over 8, y is 3. If I give 0, x is 0, y is 11. If x is pi over 8, y is 3. If x is pi over 4, y is minus 5. Now let's go draw the graph of y equal cosine. Let's draw it by yellow. I have minus pi over 4. Suppose that here is minus pi over 4. And between them I have minus pi over 8, pi over 4, minus pi over 8, 0, pi over 8, and pi over 4. These are the points that I want to draw. Minus pi over 4 and minus 5. Suppose that 3 is here and 11 is here. Minus pi over 4 and minus 5. It is here. Minus pi over 8 and 3. This is here. 0 and 11, this is here. Pi over 8 and 3. Let's show it by another color. This point, this point, this point, and pi over 4 with minus 5. This is the last. Now I want to draw the graph of cosine. Let's draw it better. Now I want to know what is the graph of secant. So I need to draw my vertical asymptote. So I know the graph, the vertical asymptote are on pi over minus pi over 8, and pi over 8, and so on. Continue here. Now to draw the graph of cosecant, to the graph of secant, I should draw it between the asymptotes. Thank you for watching this video, and please push the like and subscribe button, and have a good time.